All right, attempt number 2. It is cold as hell out here, so I might keep it brisk. It's 27 degrees, so it is freezing. Only reason I'm not inside is it's quiet hour in my building, and they instruct it very forcefully. And I don't have the money to pay for a fine, and I want to get this out. So the trade we're talking about first is the Brandon Ingram to the Raptors trade. Just to quickly run through the details, the Pelicans traded BI to the Raptors for Bruce Brown Jr., Kelly Olynyk, a 2026 Indiana Pacers first-round pick, and 1 second-rounder that I can't find any information on yet. For the Pelicans, I don't love it. Is this really the best you could get for an all-star player? I get it. He's round peg, square hole. But he's still one of the better scorers in the NBA. He's still incredibly talented. Theoretically, he could fit into a bunch of teams if he's willing to change up just a little bit. He's a guy you invested heavily in. I mean, he's one of the key pieces you got back in that Anthony Davis trade. In fact, I think he's the only piece that has stayed from that Anthony Davis trade. Obviously, Lonzo Ball and Josh Hart are gone now. So look, I don't get it. I really don't get it. It was reported earlier in the year that the Warriors had interest, the Bucks had interest, the Heat had interest, the Suns, the Lakers all had interest. None of those offers were better than this. Now, I get it. Hindsight's 2020. Maybe you were hoping for better. But is a 2026 first-round pick, that won't be great, let's be honest. Like, barring some insane injury to Halliburton and Siakam and... I was going to say Miles Turner, but he could be on the move. Like, you never know at this point. But barring, some insane injury to one of those two, that team will be good. Rick Carlisle's a good coach, and if Halliburton's healthy, he elevates that team to at least kind of a certain standard. I mean, just a team with him alone, I could see them getting to about 40 wins. Which, who knows? Maybe that's lottery, maybe it's not, but it won't be a great pick either way. And especially for a team presumably trying to win now, they're not getting any young pieces in this trade. Brandon Ingram's 27, Bruce Brown's, I think, 28, and Kelly Olynyk's 32, if not a little bit older. So yeah, it's a win-now move from a team that's not even close to winning. I don't understand it. I think you could get more. I think you could have gotten more. But if this is truly the best you could get, finish out the year with them. Try and re-sign him and then just go on from there. Promise him a sign-and trade. Let him finish out the year. Prove what he's worth. Maybe he changes your mind. Maybe he's worth a max. Maybe Willie Green just kind of whips him into shape. But I don't know. I don't get it. For the Pelicans, or not the Pelicans, for the Raptors, I also don't get it. From an objective standpoint, I do understand why they did it. It's certainly an upgrade in talent. They didn't give up a ton to get them. Like, Bruce Brown and Kelly Olynyk were both bench players at best for them. I mean, both could start on teams. Like, I think Kelly Olynyk could start on the Pelicans, same with Bruce Brown, but yada, yada, yada. Both were bench players for you. Both were not planned for your long-term future. And that 2026 first-round pick is not going to be great. Simple as that. What I don't get, though, is why for Brandon Ingram? Presumably, you could get this package, or use this package for plenty of other players. I mean, that's 2 big contracts. That's a solid pick on the first round, or for that first rounder, and a decent pick in that second rounder, presuming it's Toronto's own. So, look, I get it. I don't understand why you do this when you're obviously a tanking team. Only reason I say you could use this package for someone else is presumably you could try and get somebody younger. But look, the lifesaver. The Raptors don't have a great record currently. They're 16-35. They're ahead of the Hornets by 4 games, who are 12-36, and the Wizards, who are 9-41. For the West, They're not much better, sorry. The lowest on the West is currently the Pelicans, who are a game... Actually, no, they're tied. They're 12-39, while the Jazz are 12-37. Presumably, the Pelicans are still looking to improve if they're... what am I trying? No, I was talking about the Raptors tanking, sorry. It is so cold. It's 20 degrees. But no, presumably the Raptors are still tanking. They're on pace to tank this year. I mean, even if they win out the rest of their games, they're not going to have a great record. Brandon Ingram is very much a win-now player. Say what you want about him, he'll elevate that team, for sure. I don't love the fit next to him and Scotty. I don't love the fit next to him and Quickly. But purely from a talent perspective, I have to assume if he's healthy, he'll elevate that team. He could get him 5-10 wins. I mean, he's a player who, if hot, can single-handedly win you a game. He could go out there and score you, 40 points, 50 points. Like, if I were to look up, I guess now a Raptor stat sheet one night, and I were to see Brandon Ingram had 35, 6, and 4, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, same way I wouldn't be surprised if he had 10, 2, and 2 on 30% shooting, but yeah. I don't know. It's a win-now move from a team that's not very good. This won't make them much better. If anything, it'll just harm their lottery odds. They'll still be a lottery team. I don't think they reach any of the the East teams in the play-in standings. So, yeah, I don't get it. Let me know your thoughts.